All right, here we go.
Can I get my wine back?
Of course you can.
Oh God.
I'm trying to snap this on right now to a clip thing so we can at least have, it's like super tight.
Okay, there.
All right.
And then,
All right. Okay, we're trying to like at least do it like some kind of like.
You're good.
Okay.
Are we good?
I think so.
Okay.
All right.
This is literally an upgrade. Last night we had it
like just
on a beer bottle,
out, yeah.
and now we have it with a wood. I'm gonna take a picture of what we rigged up. It's very meta, guys. I'm gonna post that to Instagram.
All right.
Here, this is awesome.
Okay.
I didn't realize it looks like that.
So we went out to dinner not too long ago, and we've been tiling, as you can see behind us, all day long, and it's because I apparently decided last night.
We're not pointing fingers. We're not pointing fingers at anybody, but somebody decided that the project we were going to do this week was the bathroom tile, which I'm just going to. Yeah, as of yesterday, and I started this last October, it was tiled up to here. Is that about right? It was tiled up to here on the back. And now, most of this wall and that wall, which you can't see, and this wall is halfway tiled.
Yeah, can this be tilted? I don't know if
Yeah,
it can be tilted.
you can.
There's the rest of it, as you guys can see. We've done all of that, and we're almost done, and then we're working our way up the actual like shower side of, or like the faucet side, so we've done quite a bit
doing
today.
good.
So
It's 12:30 p.m. in the time zone that we are currently at.
Yeah.
A.m. 12:30 a.m.
12:30 a.m.
What are the
PM.
time zones?
So yeah, we're currently in the
I'm not
middle
drinking.
of trying to yeah, we're not drinking at all. We're currently in the middle of trying to determine exactly how long we think it's going to take tomorrow, because she's going to probably go to work and I'm going to be still here hanging out until she gets done with work, and that's mostly going to be hopefully possibly more progress.
This is what I do. I just invite people over to the farm, and then I say, hey, do you want to tile my whole bathroom while I go to work all day? And then Sarah does, which is awesome.
Yeah, apparently that's what I'm going to do as a house guest from now on. So if I go to anybody's house, instead of asking me to like bring a dish for potluck and things like that, I tell my
She's
friends
gonna tile something.
Cook me something, because I can't cook, and then I mean I can bake, but drinking and tiling don't mix. Maybe not for everybody.
Bullshit. They totally do. Look how straight all of these lines are.
We did an excellent job.
You don't see any.
It's
not
beautiful.
crooked.
We did an excellent job.
There's a spot that's crooked over there, but you can't see it.
So yeah, so we've been doing this all day though. So there you go. Yeah, see, we can argue with the best of it when it comes to. We're pros at this though. When it comes to drinking and DIY, we don't necessarily endorse it for everybody else. We got to say that as a disclaimer, right? Up late tiling a bathroom, best things to do happen late. Yeah, see?
No, not all day.
Not all day.
The last half of the day for sure.
Definitely not all day.
It's a new day.
We would not
a new day here starting 30 minutes ago. So frankly, yes, all day. All of, what's today? Thursday.
The last 30 minutes,
We've been drinking.
Yeah, so if it's technically 12:30 a.m., then yeah, the last 30 minutes have definitely been drinking.
Always did. I have to go to work tomorrow in like, I probably have to be up in 6 hours, 7 hours to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, so
cool. We got this.
So yeah, we've
here's what we did. We tiled most of today, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else did we do?
We talked a lot about DIY stuff and like how many mistakes we've made along the way.
We do. DIY. This is what happens when you put two female DIYers in a house. We talk about every time I tile. I swear that's the last time. I do that too. Yeah. And then 2 years go by and I look at something. And I'm like, it's not gonna, it'll take me a weekend. I've tiled before. It's not gonna be that big of a deal to tile. And then it's fucking months of your life. I started this a year ago. And this is where we're at.
I don't hate tiling that much. Like, there are certain things I hate doing.
You're a bit of a tiling Nazi. I mean, you kind of just go, like, Nazi wasn't the right word, guys. That was not politically correct. But I will say this. I have ADD, so I'm like, I want to do 2 rows, and then I want to go do something else, and Sarah's just fucking going. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to keep cutting tiles. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Which is literally the only reason we've made this much progress.
Yeah, so I'm going to be, like, doing this whole wall, and she's like, oh, well, I'm getting tired. I'm like, well, I think I'm just going to keep going. She's like, okay, I guess I'll join you.
She was like, after you go to bed, I can just keep going. And I was like, I'm not going to be out tiled by you, goddammit. I'll keep tiling. Where's
the time was a little
Where's
loud.
the
I'm not
line?
sure that she could have actually slept through all of that, but so that's just.
It's nice to have someone who has a little more focus than I do on my projects, but I feel like this is a thing that happens on not your own projects.
Right.
So like if we were at your house, I feel like I would be
you
skim coating every wall in your house, and you would be fucking done with it.
I would be tired. I'm already tired of skim coating everything.
It's like one of those things my mom does that she comes over here and cleans, and she hates doing her own dishes.
Right.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's what
I'm
happens
just saying
too.
that to make myself feel
by
better.
the way, guys, we actually meant for this to be like a Q&A kind of thing, and we're just mostly going to be asking each other questions as we think of them. So feel free to chime in with your own if you have them.
Yeah, we'll answer any questions.
One of the things that we started talking about today was like, what was that clarifying moment? Oh, full-time and DIY along with farm chores. That's for you.
Ooh, that's for me. It's the
I don't
farm
have
chores
farm
thing,
chores.
but also the full-time. It applies to both of us.
Yeah.
So like, I don't own a TV. So I just was talking to someone who was talking about cable and how much they spend per month on TV shows. Wait a minute. And then I saw an article online that said the 18 TV shows you have to watch this season. And I thought, holy shit, I watch 0 of them. But you know what I do? I hug chickens a lot. So I think that is what it is. And also
I got a chance to do that yesterday. It was really fun. Like
chicken
they're very
TV is
soft.
awesome.
They're surprisingly soft.
I know, everybody says that.
Yeah.
So like, and I don't have a family, so like I think it's really important when people talk about like, oh, you do so much stuff, to really acknowledge like the reality of my life, which is I don't have kids, I don't have a spouse, it doesn't matter if my house is a mess because I'm the only one who lives here. I don't watch TV, so like the discretionary effort I have in life goes to farm chores and house things, which give me energy. They don't drain me. So like I know people who the thought of building something or like fixing a bathroom sucks the energy out of them. That's not like, if you're asking for a fix to that, I don't know what it is. I love doing it. I don't know that I fucking love doing this, to be honest, at this point in the day, but I love seeing it almost done.
See, I'm much more of the person who not that I was asked. I mean, I don't.
No, but you work a full-time job and do the house thing.
Yeah. So and at one point I was also in grad school, and
that was insane.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. Like I never slept, and that really was the honest truth. I hardly ever slept, and it was really tough, and I was very stressed out. And
we did text about boys during that time, though.
We did. I mean, like it was kind of one of those.
Not a lot of dating happened.
Yeah, there was 0 dating, but it was mostly just like I had a crush on like a grad school friend of mine or something, and it was just like it was very cute. And it was mostly just like I needed at least that to keep myself occupied and sane, but there was 0 time for dating. There was 0 time for any other thing in my life. But the thing that I've learned a lot about finding extra time is there's so much time that you waste during the day when you're futzing around trying to figure out how to do it or mentally prepare yourself for the project that you're going to do, and really half the time it's really just get started for the first 10 minutes.
I actually agree with that. You know what
once you start, you create a momentum, and then you just keep going, and then you can decide not to do anything more for the rest of the day, and that's fine. I mean,
it is. Some things like tiling the thing about tiling that's hard for me is if you're going to do an hour of tiling, you also have 20 minutes of cleanup. So you might as well do 5 hours of tiling. Yeah. Because it's like, oh Jesus, if I'm gonna go to all the trouble. But I did that Unfuck Your Habitat. You know that website? So like their whole thing is if you're a disaster cleaning. It's about cleaning and organizing. Like it's what they do 2010s or 3010s. I don't know exactly what the thing is, but it's like you just commit to doing 30 minutes. Or 20 minutes of the thing, and then you get 10 minutes to do whatever the fuck you want in the world. What I found is if I can commit to 20 minutes, I'll actually do it for an hour. I don't care. It's those first 10 minutes that are so hard to get into. So I actually think that's probably like I literally...
Okay, so here's the thing.
We're sitting on the side of the tub.
The edge of the tub. And it's covered in a plastic sheet. And it's all taped down and everything, but we've been slipping all over it all day. Yeah. And now we're sitting on it and we've been drinking, and more than likely,
one of us is going to hit the drink. I already was bleeding from the head today, just so you guys know.
Oh, yeah. Tell that story.
Yeah. What happened was...
She's bleeding. Yeah, she was bleeding right before we went to dinner.
Sarah was like, I'm going to get in the shower so we can go to dinner. I have a huge house with 3 bathrooms and 1 shower that works. So... I got in the shower and I got all dressed, and Sarah got in the shower and she was like, oh, I'm gonna get ready. And I was like, oh, I've got like 20 minutes. I'm gonna do a thing. Apparently one of the supports in my basement that holds up the beam, I mean, it's like, listen, this isn't like a critical thing where the house is gonna fall down, but it rusted because I get water in the basement and it fell over, and so I decided I was gonna replace it. And I assumed these things were all attached. Like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the 3-inch metal post with the plates at the top and the bottom and the thing that you screw. None of those things are attached to each other. Apparently it's all held in by friction. So what you have to do is get it all set up and then tighten it. And as I was tightening it, the metal plate fell off the top onto my head, sliced it open, hit the ground. I sweared a lot. And then I came running upstairs.
Sweared?
And then,
sweared a lot?
And then I sweared a lot. And then I was like, Sarah, could you take a break from blow drying your hair to see if I'm bleeding from the head? Which I was, but it wasn't that bad. So anyway, I don't know, like, it's an old house. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, for all I know, she could be concussed, and it could be
She took it very seriously. She was like, I need to clean it out. Get your greasy hands out of it. I was like trying to touch it. I'm like, it's right here. It hurts right here.
Stop touching it.
And there was blood running down my head. It was so traumatic.
Yeah. I did wind up with blood on my hands.
I know.
I was like,
we're blood sisters now? Is that what that is? No. Please give me some spray for this, right?
I don't know where you've been.
It's really true. You know where I've been. It's a fucking farm. You know everything that is. There's so much shit involved.
I don't know. We could get donkeys. Something.
You could get. I have a funny story about that, but I'll wait. Not about that. Not about that. We all just went to a place.
We all went to that place.
Not
right?
that place. Not that place. Okay. Next question. Were there questions?
Oh, I mean, like if anybody else has a question to ask, it's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
We were originally talking earlier today about like how to get some extra DIY skills when it's kind of intimidating or like you really want to kind of work.
We talked a little bit about
people,
starting, how we started out,
how you started, kind of what first kind of lessons that you learned, and good places that you can actually get free lessons from without going to like home improvement workshops and things like that.
Yeah.
Your advice.
This is my advice. Okay, so this is what... So actually, let me tell how this story started. Sarah said we should get a bunch of people who love building, like building blogger women, and we should build a house together. And I was like, yes. I have built one house before and lived in the garage, and that was miserable, but I think building with other people would be way fun. But what I actually suggest, and what I suggest for anybody who is like not feeling real confident about their building skills, is to volunteer for a habitat build. Habitat for Humanity. So at the point that I had built a house, my company that I work for, my day job, they sponsored a habitat build, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go. I'm like an expert at this point. I built a whole house. And what I found is the people that do those, they're retired carpenters or general contractors.
Your face when you're doing this is like...
Please screenshot that, somebody. Make a GIF out of it. So
is it GIF or GIF?
I say GIF because John Green says GIF, and he's my guide for all things internet for old people.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, listen. This is the guy who was at that habitat build. I learned more shit in 2 days there, and I had just built an entire house. I learned the first time how to appropriately use a coping saw. I learned a ton of like just random tool tricks, and we were like finishing out the interior of the habitat home. Like all of that was so awesome. So you can take classes. That's fine. I also took to get my contractor's license in Michigan. I had to take 60 hours of community building classes, which are great. I would just recommend any human take those. But you get the on the ground experience doing a habitat build. So if there's anywhere you can do that, I think that's like the most awesome thing that will teach you how to build stuff. So
makes sense to me.
That was my advice.
All right. Let's see. Well, I was trying to think of another question because I'm not quite sure.
Wait, what else did we talk about today?
Some really stupid. I mean, like, there's one thing that we were both kind of in agreement about is that like you're constantly doing that. Like, I really want to just get what I think is going to be the beginning of something, or like the small version of something, and then you wind up actually needing the big thing. And that kind of led into the conversation of like us finally just plunking our money down and buying like the actual shit.
What was it that you were talking about?
For me, it was actually an entire bin Like, it was a dog food bin, of all things. It was a dog food bin. I, was going through, my pantry and stuff, and I was constantly just emptying out these large bulk bags of dog food into this tiny container, and I'd been doing it for a really long time because I was too lazy to buy, like, another thing. I was like, I've got a container, it's perfectly good, whatever. So,
you don't think it's going to have that big of an impact on
it
your
doesn't.
life?
It's not supposed to. And then, it has a huge impact on the convenience of your life when you just, like, plunk down the $13 it's going to take to actually buy the thing that's on wheels that fits perfectly underneath the bottom shelf in your pantry. I don't know why this thing was so amazing for me, and where I was just sitting there going, finally, I need to just start buying the shit I actually need for a change. And I learned that lesson with a dog food bin of all things. Nothing DIY related.
Which is actually,
I finally learned the lesson with a dog
But
food
it's so true, because this is why we said it, because you said you were going to put crown molding around your windows, and we both looked at each other and said, and then you're going to be like, why didn't I do this years ago?
Yeah.
And that's like the thing, which is like, there's so many little things that you're like, I'm just not going to deal with this. Hi from Portland.
Hi, Portland.
Oh, it's so much earlier there. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's a bit earlier there. We just got done tiling, and we're probably going to go to bed not too long from now, but...
One of us is. So,
I'm going to go straight to bed. I'm not tiling anymore. I'll tile it again in the morning.
So, we were talking about actually that, like all of the things that you do that are little things on the house and then feel like such huge things. Like, why the hell? I can't even... I would have to sit down and list out probably the 100 things that I've said. Why didn't I do that sooner?
Yeah, she was talking about like how she's constantly upgrading from like the small thing on the farm, that's like the small tool, up to the big one, and then she did it right like 5 minutes later. She was talking about something that she was buying, and I was like, why didn't I just buy the big thing?
This is what
like she literally was talking about this thing. 5 minutes later, she was like, oh, well, I'm just going to buy a cheap couch instead, like, in the interim. Because she was talking about replacing the couch.
Okay, we made a pact that Sarah, when I said, okay, I'm just going to do the small things, I don't need the big things, Sarah was going to be my conscience and say, just buy the big thing. And what I'm mostly talking about is, like, for the farm, I've always bought the small thing. So I bought the small heated water bucket for the animals for 1 year. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Why don't I have the huge bucket? And then I bought the small feeder and then the huge feeder, and now I have all of it. I spent way more money than I should have because I bought the small thing and the big thing. Yep. And I have this hand-me-down couch in my living room that you can sit on if you like being uncomfortable and stuck to pleather. Other than that, it's basically worthless. Nice. And I was like, I want to buy like a really nice big leather couch, but it's going to be really expensive, and maybe I'm going to do that in 5 or 6 years. In the interim, I will buy a smaller couch. And Sarah literally looked at me and blinked 7 times, and she's like, did we not just 5 seconds ago have the conversation about not buying the little thing? Just buy the big thing if that's what you're going to do. Yeah. So that was good advice. Yeah. You called me out on my shit within 30 seconds, I feel like.
Yeah.
Shit happening.
Yeah. I'm sorry you can't be around me and like me not go, wait a minute. Like, did you
she did. It was like, I thought, oh, God,
I just say the thing that you just said that you want to be called out on because you just
did.
said it, so I'm going to call you on it. Like, you just said it, so. Yeah, I'm really kind of obnoxious that way.
Okay, so we also talked about lessons learned.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, the hard way. Like, where we're constantly learning how not to do something the hard way. Like, what prompted that?
Life.
Life
teaches you lessons the hard way, and then you process
Okay, we actually have a really funny story. Should I tell the...
This is awkward.
Should I tell the dating story about me having a kid?
I don't know. Is the dude on the thing?
I don't
Okay, we're gonna tell it.
Finishing projects is your
issue. Amen. Mine too.
Preach.
As evidenced by the thing behind us that isn't finished.
Yeah, the only reason why we're finishing this is because it's been something that's been on the to-do list for a really long time. I mean,
because Sarah wasn't going to come here and leave without finishing a thing.
Yeah, without finishing something, or at least making significant progress in something. Because I can't fault her for not doing something that I don't do, which is finish projects. I mean, like, I'm pretty notorious for it. Wine is my issue. Wine I find more fun than it. Yeah, well, I mean, like...
kind of true, but I will say this. Sometimes I'll start
yourself.
drinking and then I like have energy for a period of time, a specified period of time. After that, I'm done. But if I get in on that period of time, I'm good.
Right. Okay, so story. All right, so I'm going to tell this story because it's after midnight and hopefully all your kids have gone to bed. And
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, we've been drinking.
This is real alcoholic wine.
And so this is a story about somebody
Everyone's going to think you're pregnant because I just said non-alcoholic beer. She's not.
No, I'm not pregnant. I'm just happen to be drinking non-alcoholic beer. Okay, so I was talking to a guy I've recently been dating. And
this is juicy stuff. I
don't know how to make this not dirty because it's a dirty story.
You just gotta own it. Just own it.
Okay, so I was talking to this guy I've recently been dating, and we were talking about avoiding pregnancy is basically what we were talking about, and basically being careful and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of one of those situations where like it just came out of his mouth where he was like, wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute, no. I don't want to get you pregnant. She's going to be a girl and she's going to have a big dick. That's probably not
No, what he said was a bigger dick than I have. Thanks to you.
And he was just making fun of me about how ballsy I am all the time. And he was just... and then, like, you said another comment after that actually made me laugh even harder.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
It was,
something about her balls.
You said it's too early for him to be naming our children. And I said, and her penis.
No, he said, and her balls.
And her balls.
Okay,
this is what we do.
We're late at night, so I'm sorry if anybody found that offensive. Or anybody who's watching this again at work in the morning.
God damn,
sorry,
it's not as funny on a Thursday morning. It's funny Wednesday night when you're drinking, but Thursday morning you can't make balls jokes.
I know. So
I mean, you can.
Yeah,
you
so
did.
the storyline was basically just like, I don't want to get you pregnant. I don't want you to have I don't want us to have a girl who's got a bigger dick than I do.
What I appreciate is that he recognizes that a child of yours would have a bigger dick than he does.
We're crass.
That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
So
I don't know. It's tough for a dude when a girl can do all the things.
Yeah.
Like, my thing is always this.
I can't do all the things. I can't fix a car, but I can sure as shit Tyler shower. So.
But also true. But there's so like the opening doors thing. So I don't mind. I appreciate.
Oh, like it doesn't make you mad, or it does make you mad?
No, it doesn't make me mad. I don't care. Open a door for me. I also open doors for people. But if the principle behind it is I am opening the door for you because you can't open the door, I'm the bitch that installed the door in the house. If I installed it, I sure as hell should be able to open it. So I've had like old farmers when I go through, and they're like, they get like uptight when a young female opens the door for them, and I'm thinking like, buddy, I'll build your house. Yeah. Opening the door is the least of the things I can do for you. I don't feel like I should have said that on the internet.
Opening the door is the least of the things I can do. I don't know. It depends on how you interpret that. I mean, I just told a dick joke, so.
Well, that's where we're at in our day. We've tiled the fucking shit out of things, though. Look at that. Look at that. Do you think we need to be? We're in dick joke area.
Dirty made old farmers happy. Hey, what can we say? Mm-hmm. Well, I think that it's also influenced by the fact that I'm around her and she's around me, and we both have a very similar sense of humor. So that's pretty much going to be like we're constantly talking about
inappropriate things.
Boys and inappropriate things.
We are. It's a little middle school and a little.
It really is.
Construction site. We've managed to merge those two things beautifully.
Oh yeah, that's actually really. That's
because it's crude. I mean, we're not crude about it. We are.
It's a pretty interesting thing. Feeding off the energy, yeah. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying this.
Good, because we're exhausted.
I can't actually make out the name. Sorry. Like next time on your next comment, put your actual name next to it, and I'll say.
Okay. Oh, you're so good at this. I'm like, where's my line refill? I don't know how to do the internet.
We're chilling. We're joking around. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this thing.
You're gonna do this?
I'm gonna Periscope things.
So drunk, more than likely.
Obviously. I'm not gonna do it sober, you guys. Why would I do that?
Well, I mean, like, I've been doing it.
I'll FAQ stuff. What do you do? What do you normally Periscope?
Anything I fucking feel like it.
Oh,
I mean, like, I'll just randomly choose to do things just because I'm like, okay, well, I need to get more comfortable in front of the camera, because I actually am a really nervous public speaker, and
You're not nervous with this, though. I haven't noticed you nervous at all.
I'm not, but it's because I've been getting, more comfortable with this. I don't feel like I'm embarrassing myself that much on something like this. And I feel like because I can interact a little bit with you guys a little bit more.
Because they talk.
Yeah, because then I can like respond to somebody's comments rather than
just make shit up when you.
Right. And then I don't have to like take 6 takes of something and then go, oh, well, they really look kind of stupid.
Well, so here's my thought though. Like, I wouldn't want to do which I feel like we've talked about. Like, I don't know that I would want to how-to something via Periscope because it disappears. So it has to be informal conversations about stuff, which means like you guys have to.
You guys can engage, and I actually really kind of like that.
Ask questions, yeah.
So what else? What other things? Oh, I mean, like we can ask just random other questions. I mean, it doesn't have to be DIY related, guys. You can actually ask us. I mean, it's an AMA kind of like you can ask whatever you want. But
I don't know that I would answer anything.
I mean, they can ask.
They can ask.
And if it's worth answering, I mean, like I would.
I feel like there's only 5 questions in the world I wouldn't answer.
Yeah,
I don't. But I also feel like people ask those 5 questions all the time, and you're like, listen, asshole. I said I would answer anything except your 5 ridiculous questions.
Like dirty questions? Like
I don't know.
What's your cup size? Like,
no, I mean, that's fine. I just mean, like, I don't know that I would answer that out of principle.
I wouldn't.
Don't ask that. I'm wearing a Hogwarts shirt. You're talking to the biggest nerds alive right now. I don't think you're like cup sizes.
True. We got into a discussion last night about Doctor Who versus Star Trek. She hasn't seen. You haven't watched Doctor Who.
I don't watch it. No.
Yeah.
But I've literally seen every Star Trek episode of all the Star Treks except Enterprise, which
we're our own unique brands of nerd. That's fair. Yeah. But I mean, we're having a really good time on the farm. I'm really enjoying this.
How do you feel about it? You're a city girl.
I know. I'm a city girl, and I'm actually really enjoying life on the farm. I want to come back. This is
You're invited anytime you feel like tiling a bathroom here. Or just hanging out and drinking beer. I don't give a shit. Yeah, there's so many bathrooms in this house. It could be forever.
I know. I could finish my house, and I could fly to yours, and I could fly to, I don't know, somebody else's. I mean, I could fly to Anne Marie's. Anne Marie's probably, sleep. So that's why she don't join. She always joins, but,
there are only 4 people that are like at 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern.
I know. It's Easter. Clearly we have to do this earlier.
Yeah, I know. We tried, though. It was just 9 o'clock before we started eating dinner, and then, like, all this had to happen. All this.
Yeah.
Had to happen. That
because
happened.
I insisted.
That happened. That happened.
Because I insisted. I mean, it looks gorgeous.
Sarah's a machine. She just didn't stop, and I was like, Sarah, we're out of mix. I can't. Can I go to bed?
I did not ask permission to go to bed. No. But I did say, okay, we can stop.
But she kind of granted permission regardless of whether or not I asked.
But okay, I can tell that's
Wait, I was gonna Instagram this our setup here. I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
which means you're on your own. You got to keep up the conversation without me.
Oh gosh, somebody asked me a question.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Can I show this?
Oh yeah.
This is. Wait. You can you see that?
Back that up a little bit. There you go. Okay, so what you're seeing
right here,
well, it's on Instagram.
It was this thing, but I just want to show that it worked. I put in a picture on Instagram of like our totally sober trying to set that thing up there, and it fucking worked. We're so shocked by it. It's like that soap dish is in, and it's perfect. I mean, it looks a little janky because there's a lot of mortar around it, but
but we'll clean that up in a little while.
Anyway, that was just on my Instagram feed.
So what we did is we actually just we put a shitload of mortar behind it and slapped it on the wall and used some shims to kind of help put it in place and stabilize it. And then we used painter's tape in kind of like a crosshatch form that kind of like suspended it almost from the top of the wall. And that seemed to really actually work. I mean, oh yeah, that's really cool. I like that. So yeah. What was the other thing that I was thinking about talking about? Gosh, I wrote an entire list of things, and sure enough, I left it downstairs, and we just hit broadcast, and now it would be really awkward for me to get up and go all the way downstairs.
You can. I'll just sit here and Instagram silently.
Nah.
I don't think anyone will leave if I'm just sit there just watching me.
Right. Yeah, no one would leave. No, people love dead broadcasts. That's always fun. Yeah. So anyway, the plan for...
Let's all get comfortable with uncomfortable silences. Maybe that's what this is all about.
Maybe.
No? Okay.
No. It's mostly about tiling and drinking for us, at least for right now. But anyway, those of you that are on, please tell me where you're from, because I don't know where people are coming from right now. I know that there was one person who came on from Portland before, but feel free to tell me where you're from, and I'll say hi from here. Because we're currently in Michigan, and I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to say Detroit, but no, we're...
Detroit's not a state.
Ann Arbor.
Feels like it.
We're in Michigan, but I keep wanting to say that we're in Detroit, and then I'm like, no, wait a minute, we're in the Ann Arbor area. And Ann Arbor is actually really, really cute for those of you who've never visited. It's kind of college-y town feeling.
It is.
And, you know, like lots and lots of, you know, bearded, man bun type dudes. I'm all about the beard. I'm all about the bearded thing. I'm really not interested in the man bun thing.
I like the man bun.
No, I don't.
I feel like I'm selling out a little because I like it and I know it's hip right now.
No, it's not hip right now. It was hip in 2014. It is passé. It's old now. It's done.
But they have all the long hair that they've just pulled back.
I mean, you know, on the right person.
She's not having it. I'll have it. I'm good.
I don't know.
If you have facial hair, and sometimes even if you don't have
you have to be
hair,
very attractive in order to sport that, and like me still go, okay, you're hot.
I have like an entire Instagram feed of like Scandinavian men with man buns and
no,
beards.
I follow like 2 models, and both of them are constantly shirtless, and it's wonderful.
Everyone's like, oh, men are they're misogynistic, and Sarah and I are over here
They're
like,
so objectifying.
I'm sorry.
Like, no.
All I look at is beard porn on Instagram. I don't know what the fuck everyone else is doing.
Beard porn.
It's a real hashtag. I didn't make that up. Yeah.
Oh, now I have something
Learning
to look at.
things.
That's when I go to bed
things.
tonight. That sounds so gross.
But it's so great.
That sounds so sick.
Okay. We got hearts for beard porn.
Oh, nice. Okay, somebody else must like beard porn just as much as the two of us.
Yeah, God. Okay. Well, so, should we not belabor it? Is this all we've done?
Yeah.
And it's also what time? Oh, it's only 12:56. Let's do four more minutes of nonsense.
I don't
think I can come up with nonsense. Wait, here's what I can come up with. Should we talk about tiling a bathroom?
Okay, one of the things that you should not do when you tile a bathroom is get really, really annoying fucking like little... I'm getting so frustrated just talking.
Here's what I said to her earlier. I was like, yes, let's put Periscope on. It will be 8 hours of us swearing at the fucking spacers.
These things. These little...
Do you see the looks on her face right now? We've been swearing at these things all day. Because
they keep popping out. They keep slipping out.
None of them are good.
They're not cooperative.
It's a $1 million idea. If you can invent a 1/8 inch spacer that stays where you fucking put it. I don't even care how it stays there. But we like put them in and then we like adjust the tile and then 8 things fall out. We're on either side of this bathtub swearing for all time.
Yeah, we've been swearing quite a bit today. But it's also just because that's our nature. We've also been singing quite a bit today, or at least I have. I sing when I DIY, I sing when I do projects, and so I've been annoying the crap out of it.
Not annoying. It's been actually quite fun. Every once in a while, a song comes on we both know, and then we're like
both
jamming out,
and singing to it. Yeah,
and it's like, oh, good. And we're in like different octaves and everything. Yeah,
it's mostly so far. It's mostly been the band Perry that we've been singing.
Yeah, that's our one. And Zach Brown, we did a little bit of Zach Brown.
Yeah, Zach Brown also kind of worked. We discovered late in the day that it was there was some country music that we both listened to, so chances are that's going to be what we listen to tomorrow if we're still tiling, which...
Tomorrow evening. I have to actually go to my office job tomorrow.
Yep.
I hope none of you that work with me are on this...
Why?
Cast right
Why?
now. I don't know why. Because they're like, oh, why? Wow.
You didn't offend anybody?
I
can't believe I told it, Joe. I can't believe I just told it right now. It's so funny to me, though. It's hilarious to me. I'm sorry for anybody who...
I feel like it's hilarious, and
you're sitting here going, oh my god, I can't believe I was tempted to tell it. And then I told it. I'm like...
And also, you were encouraged, by the way, by the internet. And...
The internet, you're a bad influence.
I know. And also, I feel like there's some social commentary involved in that joke that we're not talking about right now. Like, there's some serious shit involved with the fact that we're tough women.
Well, at least the men that we date recognize that very
For the
quickly
most part,
and
they
early.
do.
And they don't second guess that, like the first thing you can't do is think that.
I don't even know if
evil.
tough is the right word. Like, I feel like I am personally tough, but like, I don't even know if that's it.
Maybe. Oh,
Yay.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, definitely. We're pretty goofy, I guess. I consider myself pretty goofy, but at the same time, I mean, I'm very type A, so.
This is a thing I've learned. Like, I feel like Sarah's a bit more organized than I am mentally. Because as I'm working on things, I'm thinking about it. I'm like thinking about it. And then I say something and I was like, Sarah just said that 5 minutes ago. I wasn't like, I hadn't put it into like the context. So we're like, she's like, oh, we're going to do this and this and this with the tiles. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like doing shit. And I'm like, whatever. And then the 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, we're going to do this. And she looks at me and I was like, oh, she just said that 5 minutes ago. She's had this figured out the whole time. It's type A and whatever comes after type A, which I imagine is type G. That's me. No, I'm farther down the list. I'm so far. I'm so far down the list.
This is the first DIY project I've ever worked on with another person in which I didn't get into a fight. So that's actually pretty.
Yes. No fighting. Why would we fight? Well, we were gonna fake it for the camera.
Oh yeah. Yep. Terrible. Terrible.
I'm literally gonna start bleeding from that again. No problem, guys.
She totally fell earlier.
I did.
She fell earlier.
I fell earlier on this, and then earlier before that, I dropped something on my head, and it cut me in my fucking cranium, and now I was leaking from the head.
Yeah. So she's had a lot of accidents, or near accidents.
She's been catching things like a ninja all day. All day. She's like, a thing would drop and she'd and then just catch it and not say anything. And I'm like, did you just ninja spins again? So what we expect is tomorrow.
I have all of my.
Tomorrow she's gonna fucking just run into shit.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be like
she's used it all up
today.
today. I feel like this is a law of averages that's happening.
Yeah, I'm definitely probably gonna wind up in the hospital tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yeah, at least I predicted it. It's out there now, so now it has to happen, right?
If we're periscoping from the hospital tomorrow, University of Michigan Medical Center.
Sure.
You all know why.
If we fall down and I break something, I promise I will periscope me at the hospital, because that'll be
Let's not do that.
Right?
Can I just not? I just can't. I feel like I can deal with broken bones right now.
Did anyone really deal with them? Like, did anybody ever wake up and go, oh, I think I could, like, break something today, be totally fine with it?
No.
But I think that's kind of what you do whenever you decide to, like, snowboard.
Yeah.
If you get up that morning, you're like, I think I might be cool with breaking something.
I feel like, here's the thing that happened today. We were, like, getting things ready to tile, and Sarah's like, hey, I'm going to cut some tile. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, here's the saw. And then she looks at me and she's like, do you have safety glasses? And I was like, oh. I guess somewhere. So I went and found safety glasses, and then she's like, is this loud? Because I'm the kind of person that uses safety equipment, like earplugs. And I was like, oh. So I went and found earplugs.
We went and found earplugs, but I like saw to the right, and I was like, oh, cotton balls, I can do that.
She actually stuck literal cotton balls in her ears for 25 minutes before I found things. And I was like, I thought it would help. I would never in a million years. I'm like the worst. I've been cutting all day with no safety equipment. So we are on opposite ends of the spectrum with the taking risks in life as far as, so here's what I expect. I expect that I'm going to cut a finger off or lose an eyeball one day. I will. And you know what? I'm not even mad about it. I just know. I'm going
to be the one who actually gets into it.
Let's not. That would be so horrible. Let's hope karma doesn't do that. Karma can lose one of my eyeballs.
I've been trying really, really hard not to get into an accident, and then all of a sudden I definitely will. That's just the way life works sometimes.
Yeah.
You try really hard not to get into an accident. You try really hard not to fall down, and sure enough, you're the clumsy person.
I don't know. I am clumsy. I don't try so much, but I do try. I do not.
You've seen the bruises on my legs. I fall down.
I do not use proper safety equipment when I use power tools. True confessions.
Well,
Midnight edition.
I don't wear a lot of safety protection either, and I really should. And I'm definitely going to recommend that you should. You should wear safety protection at all times. But
this is your thing, so I'm not going to disagree with you. But one time, you guys will join my Periscope, and I'll tell you what I think about that. Which is, Be an adult who makes informed decisions about your own life. Don't blame me.
I like that too.
Like, here's my thing. You decide if it makes sense for you to wear safety goggles or not. But if you lose an eyeball, then it's not my fault.
Yeah, you're an adult who does adulting things. And
You adult. What I don't know what our court systems have done to us as humans, but like they basically said you don't have to be responsible for any decision you make ever. You don't have to be informed. If someone didn't tell you that it was dangerous, you are exempt. I am like flabbergasted. I can't even get. This would be an hour of me ranting about that, so I can't even get into it. But I will say is, wear safety goggles if you feel like you don't want to lose an eyeball, and if you're apathetic about your eyeballs, don't wear them. Like I don't. I'm not apathetic about my eyeballs, but I just I take the risk.
Yeah, I take the risk all the time with my feet, and I've definitely paid for it.
You think you might lose a toe?
No, but I have almost popped off a toenail before. It really hurt. It really hurt.
That's the worst.
I wear flip-flops in the shop.
You wear flip-flops all around. I will say this. Of all the safety gear that we own, I am a person who wears steel-toe boots.
She does nothing but wear, like, exactly what she's supposed to on her feet.
You're right. I've seen you when you did the key thing. You were, like, all flip-flops. And you even emailed me and said, I only wear flip-flops. And I thought, what are you doing? There are sledgehammers. There are things. Like,
yeah.
We're like the yin and the yang. It just depends on what you're talking about. I won't wear safety glasses, but damned if I won't wear steel-toe boots.
Yep. And I'll wear flip-flops and safety glasses all day long. I love my eyes. I want to keep them.
She has pretty eyes. It's fair.
my feet can be ugly.
I'm okay with it. I need my monkey toes to still hang on to things, to grip things, and
you haven't quite evolved beyond perching precariously at the top of your staircase, just so you can paint the corner without using a ladder.
I do. I mean, you know exactly why I do that.
Yeah, I know exactly why you do that, and I'm not saying that I haven't done something similar to that. It's just that it's terrifying to me to do that. I know I get butterflies in my stomach and think I'm gonna fall.
We talked about heights, so you said one of your mistakes was buying a 2-story house.
Yeah.
Because you don't like getting up on the second story for repairs.
Yep.
That's actually a good thing to think about if you're buying a home as a person who hasn't been. I got desensitized pretty quick when I did. So I had on my other house, which was a ranch, but it was up high. I had a boyfriend at the time who had roofed house before, so I didn't need to get on the roof. I could just let that. I could hand that off to somebody else. It's like giving into your fear a little bit.
He roofed tiles before?
He roofed roofs before. What do you call it?
Tiled roof or what?
No, he roofed them. He shingled roofs before. Roofs?
But I thought you said roof tiles.
I did. I'm sure I said it. I'm saying, listen. He was a roofer. Is that a word? Roofie?
Yeah, no, he's a roofer.
He roofed. He didn't roofie. He roofed.
Sorry.
Things in college, and so then I had an out, right? Because I was like, I have to do the thing that I'm scared of doing because I have a dude here who will do that thing.
Right.
So I didn't do it. Which makes me kind of an asshole, to be totally honest. And then I bought this house without any dudes, and then I had to redo a roof on my barn, and I called the ex-boyfriend, and I was like, could you please come help me do this? I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it. And he spent 3 hours with me, teaching me the ropes, and then I spent 2 days doing the rest of it myself. So I do think, here's the mix to that. On one hand, if you're terrified of being on heights, maybe you should buy a 1-story house, right? That isn't going to put you outside of your comfort zone and you can do all the things. On the other hand, if you buy a 2-story house and you have to do the thing that you're scared of, maybe you'll learn that it's not so bad.
Yeah. Both good potential.
Either way.
But I mean, it's just nobody buys hopefully nobody buys the big, ridiculous, overwhelming house right out of the gate. Usually people will buy
the upgrade.
Yeah, you'll buy the kind of fixer-upper, and then that's what I kind of pretty much did. I bought the kind of fixer-upper that didn't need a new roof, that didn't need a new water heater, and things like that I thought were going to be really expensive and not actually visually impactful. And then I've been spending my money on things that I can actually see as far as change goes. And that's kind of just the whole plan in general. And then chances are when I sell this house, which is probably going to be just a couple of years from now,
Not this house.
My house.
You're not gonna sell my house, bitch.
No. No.
Just kidding.
And then when I sell that and then I move to a new one, I'm not sure exactly what kind of house I'm gonna get. I've always loved to possibly renovate a second home, like a beach house or something. I think it'd be cool. But I'm not sure yet. I'll make that decision when the time comes. And
not yet. It's not yet. You've still got. We just talked about like 10 projects she's gonna do on her place. We're not even talking about the list of projects I have to do on my place, which I think is 100 or more at this. But we're almost one less because we've almost finished this, which means what it means is I will be able to take baths this winter, and I guess what it also means is I'll think of you every time I take a bath, which is pretty weird, actually. Like, oh, I'll be thinking of Sarah every time. Like, oh God, thank God Sarah helped me tile this, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I feel like it would be in gratitude and not in weirdness.
Okay. I think I could. I don't really have a choice in the matter, but I think I can live
with
that.
You could give up tiling right now, and then I could just be like, oh, that bitch.
All right. Okay, so
we're done. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done. Okay, so all right. If you don't already, make sure you follow because we're probably gonna do another Periscope tomorrow before I have to leave town, and we're probably gonna try and do that much earlier. So make sure that you follow, and I'm gonna show Kid even more about how this whole thing works because she's only done it for the second day. And then tomorrow, more questions. We'll answer them. We will try and come up with a list of questions that we'll ask each other of just random things
you
that
could,
we haven't really talked about before.
If you guys are Facebooking or tweeting or any of those things, I guess you could just like ask questions throughout the day if you have.
Yeah, you could do that.
I don't
too,
know
and
what
we'll
you would
answer
come up with, really. What will you? I don't know. But if you want to, you can, and we'll write them down, and we'll come. We will.
As long as they're as long as they're not extremely inappropriate. I mean, and I'll try not to tell any dirty jokes.
I feel like the dirty jokes are the best part.
I know. Tell us whether or not you thought that was really terrible.
Don't tell us. We actually don't want your opinion. I think it was fantastic, and I don't give a fuck what you think.
Oh! Yeah.
Sorry, Periscopers. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's what they're called. Periscopers.
Scoper?
Yeah, scopers, scope, bing,
I'm getting hip.
whatever.
I'm getting hip. I'm gonna do this shit when she goes. Alright, guys.
Alright. Good night, guys. We will be back tomorrow, and if you don't follow already, be sure to follow. You can also follow on Twitter and Facebook, and we're gonna let you guys know ahead of time when we think that we're gonna be on, so that you can at least
we'll do that tomorrow. We'll have our shit together by then.
We're gonna try really hard to have our shit together.
No promises.
We're not able to do that. So okay. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh yeah. Bye.
Oh no.
Oh,
we
I'm
broke
tilting it.